Hello, everyone. It's Tammy Braswell, and I'm so happy to have you here, whether you're here live with me or if you're watching the video after it's already been recorded. I want to thank you for taking this time to be part of my Higher Awarenesses Expanding Your Perspective series of videos, of conversations, of ways of bringing new, heightened perspective to how you live in this physical world and how you perceive what's happening in your experience. So today I wanted to talk about moving between vibrational levels. And this is something I have a lot of fun sharing with people because we aren't always aware of the fact that we are vibrational beings, that I'm having a little scruffy voice there, but that we are vibrational beings and we are sending out a frequency like a radio station, and that's the vibration we are on. Now, it's always the dominant vibration that we're sending out. So if that has to do with lower experiences or lower emotional states, then that's our dominant vibration. And if we're in higher, good feeling, lighter, expansive energy, then that's the vibration and frequency we're sending out. But what I'm going to talk about now is being on two vibrations and moving between the two. Now, in every experience that you have, and I do want to acknowledge those of you who are here live. Thanks, Dean and Meg, for showing up. The two vibrations is when you are creating something new in your life. You want to step into a new job, a new relationship, anything that is an expanded version of yourself, you're going to be moving to a higher vibrational level. And thus you're going to become a new higher vibration yourself. So your current vibrational level that you're on is creating the experiences that you're currently having. And there is a process of moving between the two vibrational levels. And most people are not aware of this process. I have been more conscious than many during my whole life in this physical lifetime, in this human lifetime that I've chosen. And so I have gone back and reviewed what it was that I was experiencing. And then with working with clients, I've seen the process with them. And so it really started to become clear what this is that we go through. Because if you aren't aware of it, it can feel pretty messy and overwhelming and have you getting stressed out and feeling chaotic. I'm sure most of us have felt that at some point. So with a better understanding of the process, the steps that you move through, it will help you to more consciously notice when they're occurring and make different choices during them than you might have made in your unawareness level of what was going on. So you're currently in a vibrational level and you're experiencing what you're experiencing in your life. And as you want to move into the next higher vibrational level, things that are in this current level will not come with you. People, energy of different experiences, beliefs, mindsets, those things will not be able to come with you because they're not a vibrational match for where you're going. Hi, Brian and Lisa. Thanks for joining me. So they're not a vibrational match for where you're going. But oftentimes we like to hold on to those things because they're familiar. So once we see the parts that are no longer able to move with us, and this is just the process, I'll go deeper into it, but so you have the things that can't come with you. And then you have the reconfiguration of the energy and the experiences that have to happen, all the little details and intricacies that have to happen for you to then move into the next vibration. And those are not your job to mess with. However you view it, the universe, higher consciousness, God, source, whatever, that handles all those details. So that's not your job to handle those details, but they have to be taken care of, and they have to move from the level that you're at to the level that you're moving into. And then you come to a place just before you're more solidly in that new vibrational level and experiences that go with it, of feeling like you don't belong anywhere. And you might have already felt this, like you just feel like, where am I? I don't feel like I'm where I was. I don't feel like I'm where I plan on going. It's just like I'm just floating out here somewhere. That is the shifting that's occurring to let you step into the new space. So the way that I envision this, when I receive intuitive information, it's usually in pictures or some kind of like little story, and it makes it easier for me to share in a way that seems more understandable. So how this came to mind is like moving. You have your current home, and for this scenario, we're just going to say your current home is nice, and you've been there a while. You're very comfortable there. It feels good, but you want something different. You're ready for some expanded space. Doesn't mean it's way bigger, but it has more of what you want in it. You know, maybe more storage or an extra room for an office, whatever it is that you're looking for. So you're ready to move. And you start venturing out into this new space of looking for a new home that has the qualities that you want in it, the experiences that you want to have while living there. So you go looking for this, and you can feel it, and you find the one that you want, and you can already imagine where your furniture is going to be and what it's going to be like to live there, and you get really excited. So you go back to your current space after you decide to purchase this new home, and in this current space, this current level, you're going to start to pack up everything that you're going to take with you. And I'm sure you've all moved, so there, you know that when it comes time to pack this up, you start looking at things that you have and you think, well, maybe I don't need to take that. You know, I think of comedy shows where there's a woman and a man move in together, and I'm just going to reference it this way. The guy has this recliner. It's got duct tape on it. It doesn't match the rest of the furniture, but he wants to really keep it because it's a really comfortable recliner. And she's just not really into it. Doesn't the rest of the decor. So that's where you're at. You got that old recliner with the duct tape on it, and it's just not going to fit in this beautiful new home that you have that you want to create to be this new fresh space for yourself. So you have to decide if you're willing to let go of the attachment to this recliner. And oftentimes, because of this human experience, we like attachments. We like to hold on to things, to people, even when we know that their time has passed and they're not necessarily something that needs to be part of our life anymore, but we like to hold on to them. And we want to drag them along, even if they're not really going to fit in. Well, you know, at least the option is there. Well, with moving between vibrational levels, you cannot be in two vibrational levels at the same time. You're either on one or the other. It'd be like being on 2 floors of a building at the same time. I don't believe it's physically possible. I believe in a lot of things, and maybe energetically, yes, but not physically. Could you be on 2 floors at the same time? So you're going to have to choose the floor you're going to be on. And you gotta let go of the things that won't come to that new floor. And so you can't take the recliner, but you kind of leave it there and you keep going back to it and holding on to it. And even in that period of time, the new things are starting to, or you're starting to get prepared by packing everything up. And as you pack everything, you feel more cluttered. You feel more closed up because now you have all these boxes setting up everywhere. So there's this big feeling of kind of a mess. You know that it's leading to something, but it's a mess. There's boxes everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. You're trying to figure out what goes in what box and remember what's in what box and put that on there. And so you take care of all that. And then sometimes you can get caught in the worry that the mover's not going to show up, or that something's going to happen and your stuff isn't going to get to the new location, or all those concerns that come up from your old conditioning that, we have to go into fear and worry about what's going on and what's not going on, or what's not going to happen or what's going to happen. And then once you can get past that, then you go into where your boxes are taken to the new house. But again, you're standing there looking at this big mess that you don't know what to do with quite yet. Now you're going to have to find a location for everything, and you're going to have to get settled in. And you start doing that, and it feels better. But then as you step into that place of here, you're in your new home, but you miss the old one. You were used to the old one. You were comfortable in the old one. The old one had, built up a pleasant energy that you created for it. So now you're thinking, oh, well, I'm no longer in that one, but this new one doesn't feel quite a fit yet either. And I feel kind of out there, lost in space kind of feeling. When you feel that place, then you actually get to the point where now you're comfortable in your new home. You get the furniture set up, you get everything where you want it to be, and it's your new home, it's your new space, and it feels really good. So I hope that all made sense. But that's the process we go through when moving between two vibrational levels. You have the things that you have to release, and because we're attached to them, we don't always like to let them go very easily. We put up resistance and try to hold on to them when every sign and message is showing us that it's time to let it go so that you can step into the new higher level and version of yourself. And we particularly do this with people. We don't like to let go of people, like, exes and friends and things like that, but they're just not in the place that you are vibrationally to go with you. So it's letting go of that. And when you don't let go of it easily, when you have more resistance, then you actually stay kind of in a stuck place. If you're ever feeling stuck, that's one of the possible reasons why, is because you're holding on to the old stuff that can't go with you to the next level you're wanting to go to. And you are wanting to go to this other level. You've experienced it, parts of it, it's there, you're ready for it, and you want to step into it, but you want to hold on to the past and the old. And then after you get past that part of letting that go, then you've got the kind of a chaotic disarray of things happening. You might notice that things pop up that you thought were taken care of, or they're just nuisances, or they feel like you are moving to a new higher place, but there's stuff that's associated with the old. It's because there's like a reconfiguration of all that energy, and the universe has to figure out where everything goes, who is included in it, when the timing is right. And again, you can delay yourself in that when you get too caught up and looking at what's going on instead of knowing that it's just part of the process. When you get past that part, then you start to see the clarity in how things are settling. But then you have that moment of, I don't know where I am. I don't know where I belong. You're floating between the two. And that's when you step over into the new vibration, and that's where you are. And again, you can't be in two different levels at the same time. But what I've found through my own experience is that the less resistance you have to any part of that journey makes it easier, aligns you more with the other side that you want to be on, and things move more quickly. When you put up resistance because you want to hold on to any aspect of it, or you get caught in the physical illusion of what's happening that may feel like it's off, then you can delay the ease of the movement forward and feel like you're stuck or things aren't happening quickly enough. So the more that you can allow what's happening to happen, the quicker you can get to that new place that you're moving and going into. And then once you're there, it becomes more solid. It becomes your new frequency. And that's where you're at. Oh, that's great, Lisa. So this is very helpful. You're here in perfect divine timing. Awesome. So, but most of us are not aware of that. And I can tell you that, like I said, I've been conscious most of my life, more so, awakened and seeing and feeling energy and spirits and all that kind of stuff, much more than most people have. And I had no clue. And I struggled through many of those processes from one level to the other, much more than I would have wanted to. And now, understanding this process and what happens in it, I can consciously go, wait a minute, all right, here's the level or the part of the process I'm in, and move through it in a different way so that it happens more quickly. Because I'm sure there's been times in your life where you've gone, wow, I went from here to here really fast. That's because you had no resistance to it. You had no attachment that you were holding on to so tightly, and the chaos didn't really get to you. But some of the situations, especially, like I said, with relationships, we so want to hold on to things well beyond the necessity for them, well beyond the healthiness of them for us. Just because we like the familiar. It scares us to move into the unfamiliar, but that's where all possibility lies. So we'll hold on to that stuff. And I have done this too, more times than I would like to say. But again, like now it's a different way to look at it. Okay. And I still get stuck here and there sometimes and go, oh, this is taking longer than it has to. Okay, how can I change how I'm thinking or what I'm doing here so that I can make it happen, or help it along? I can't make it happen, but help it along and make it easier for me to be aligned with the next step so that it just opens it up and happens more quickly. Again, you're not doing this alone. From the higher perspective, the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, is handling all the details. That's a wonderful thing to know. You don't have to figure this out. And if you look at your life, you really can't figure it out. Everything that falls into place, you did not do. There is no way you could line up a person showing up at an exact right time or anything like that. It's just impossible. That's the higher energy that's working on your behalf, that's got your back. Now, from a human standpoint, we can actually use more support. I know from my journey, because it started so long ago, there is not the information and the support that's readily available today. Back then, I navigated through this journey a lot by myself. And although, I like to think that I can do things on my own, and I can do a lot of them on my own, and I work with higher guidance, it's still not the same as moving through the physical experience and world, having someone who's already mastered or is at a higher level than I am at something. And I have come to really appreciate that in my life. I invest with people who are more of a master at the thing that I don't know how to do well yet. I can do energetic stuff really well, but some of the other things, I can play in a car a little, but I wouldn't take the car apart. I would get somebody who knows what they're doing. And oftentimes we want to do all of the stuff by ourselves, or, we're still accessing other people's information most often. But I have found that personal support really helps with that. Now, if I've shared, or I have shared this, so if in my sharing of this, you have a new awareness or a new understanding of the process that you're moving through, and it makes it easier for you to do it for yourself, I am so happy about that, and I'm so grateful that you were here to receive this information. However, if you are in a space in your life where you feel stuck, if you're going in circles or feeling like the hamster wheel thing is going in this process, then I want to invite you to contact me and let's chat about it. Let's see where you're at. I understand the process, so I can help you look at it and see, where you can go from here, how you can get there the other side more quickly, and how it may be that we can work together to really do this. So in the comments, I'll insert a link to schedule a chat with me if that's something you want to do. But even offering you all this insight and new awarenesses, I know that it's important to also offer you the opportunity to take that next step if that's what feels right to you. And you could use the support, because I have gone without support and with support, and I can tell you that the support makes it quicker and easier and a whole lot better. Less stress, less upset, more smooth sailing. So I invite you to ask any questions you might have, or share any thoughts that you have. I know that with Facebook, there's a little delay here, and things sometimes get a little wonky in the comments, so I'm going to carefully look through them. So if you want to share anything or ask me any questions, maybe you are experiencing something right now, I'm glad to answer it. If you're watching this video after the live portion is actually done, then you can add something in the comments and I'll reply to it there. And if I miss anything now, I'll reply to it after the video is done. Again, technology is a wonderful thing. There are little aspects of it that come into play, and I'm not going to say I'm highly tech savvy. I think I do pretty well in that department. So, yes. Oh, thank you, Becky, for being here. And so are there any thoughts that you might have, Lisa? Anything that you want to share, being that you're experiencing this right now? It's so quiet in live stream world. I really love one-on-one communication and conversation. So this is an interesting way to communicate. It's fun. Okay, awesome. All right, I look forward to hearing from you. And again, I'm going to put a link in the comments that's available to you if you want to step into having a conversation and chatting and just finding out where you're at, looking at the process and how we can help shift that for you in a way that feels good. It doesn't have to be the energy of the collective consciousness right now. It's changing big time. There is a lot going on here. And oh, all right. Yes, that's something to think about. If you're even considering canceling it, really go within and ask. The questions that I like to ask is, does this move me closer to where I want to be, or does it bring me back? Does it move me away from, or move me closer to? Okay. All right. Yes, you can do that too. And go with a different level of awareness and a different level of consciousness. And by doing that, that can help you in knowing what to do. So yeah, that's great. All right. And I look forward to talking with you then. So the collective energy is really shifting big time. And a lot is going on. And 2020, the year 2020 is going to be a pivotal shifting year. And it's kind of fun for me. I get to go into it as 50 years old, half a century old, I like to say. But it really, everything is amping up and moving faster. So when we feel clunky in this process, when we're creating resistance, it feels even slower than it actually is because of the speed that the energy is moving in the collective. So you might really feel stuck. You might really feel like, how can this possibly be taking this long? Or, why can't I make a choice here? Or why am I lingering here? So we can look at it and evaluate where that is and what can shift and make it easier for you. I totally know that to be true. I know I do it in my own life. I know I do it with clients. Working with energy is one of the most amazing things, to become really aware of being an energetic being and the energy that we're part of and how we can move it in ways that make everything shift quicker, more profoundly, and even into previous energy that has been stuck in a certain way. I mean, you can shift other energy that you've experienced in the past to bring it into a new level now. There really is no limit with what you can do energetically. And it's the best playground there is to me. So thank you so much for being here. I don't see any other comments or questions, so I'll let you, I don't want to say absorb, but receive and assimilate this energy. I do want to let you know that whenever you're in the energy of what I'm sharing, you are in high vibrational energy that I put out, that I share. And so I invite you to be more conscious of your hydration level and drink more water for the next several days after watching this video, so that your energy can really process everything through your energy field and your physical body. The more dehydrated you are, the more tired you might feel. So if you feel tired after watching this, drink more water. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next video. If you have any thoughts about a topic that you'd like to shift your awareness on, please feel free to share it with me. I have ones that that come to me intuitively, other topics that are just from what I observe is going on with myself, clients, other people. So I like to just bring them forward and talk about them so you can have a new higher perspective or expand your perspective on what they are and how you're living your life from that space. So thank you so much. Again, it's Tammy, and I say farewell for now until the next video. Thanks.